Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So today I want us to talk about the bill that has been tabled by the economic freedom fighters. And also I want us to quickly speak about John Steenhuisen and Helen Zille. Remember they said no, we don't use blue lights. So I saw that Action SA released a statement, but before we get to that, let's just do this important bit of the EFF. So there's an article that's out that says that the economic freedom fighters, members of parliament, and leaders of the EFF student command, Sihle Lonzi, has introduced the Students' Debt Cancellation Private Member Bill 2024. This legislative proposal aims to alleviate the finance burdens that hinder many students from accessing higher education and entering the workforce. So I wanted to read the full article here, but I see that the draft, I actually think it's the draft. It says that notice of intention to introduce a private member bill and invitation for the comment on the draft bill, namely the Student Debt Cancellation Private Bill. The purpose: Mr. Sihle Lonzi, Member of Parliament, acting in accordance with Section 73 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, intends to introduce the Student Debt Cancellation Private Member Bill 2024 in the National Assembly of Parliament during the second quarter of 2024-2025 financial year. An explanatory summary of the draft bill is hereby published in accordance with Rule 276 of the Rules of the National Assembly, 9th edition. The background: it says that the plight of student debt continues to be the massive barrier to and hindrance to the graduation outputs of South African institutions of higher learning in an already unequal society, resulting in the inaccessibility of tertiary education. Student debt further exacerbates these inequalities and hinders South African youth and students from contributing to the knowledge and skills economy of South Africa. The exorbitant costs of higher education in South Africa have led to a limited output of graduates, with black students being the most affected by this. Young people in South Africa are faced with two undesirable scenarios: to begin their work lives with huge sums of debt that imprison them in a permanent cycle of debt for the rest of their lives, to remain jobless and economically inactive as their qualifications are withheld by the tertiary institutions because of their debt. The need to cancel student debt is both necessary and urgent. South Africa has the highest level of unemployment in the world, particularly amongst youth. Devastating effects of debt on the credit ratings of young people further alienate the majority of black youth from financial institutions and restricting them from participating meaningfully in the economy. Above and beyond the students' debt crisis has far-reaching implications for the tertiary education system of South Africa and of the economy of South Africa due to this unsustainable financial load and burden. Given the history of South Africa, which excludes the black and African majority from tertiary education, the racial components of this crisis cannot be ignored. In other words, it is the black youth who are most affected by the South African student debt crisis. Academia is still dominated with white academics, as black students cannot access postgraduate programs. The research and knowledge geography of South Africa is robbed of their insight and experiment of the majority of poor black students. The draft bill will provide for the clearance of all students' debt and establishment of open access higher education qualification registrar for the releasing of all qualification certificates of students, irrespective of their student debt and how much they owe the institution, which is really good. This is really, really, really good. The draft bill will be made available on the website and media platforms of economic freedom fighters once it has been certified by the Chief Parliamentary Legal Advisory and Parliamentary Legal Advisor designated by them and required by Rule 2279 of the Rules of the National Assembly. It may also, after introduction, be obtained from. So this is really good. And speaking from, I was also a student who didn't have funding. So, and after I graduated, I had to pay, and I'm telling you, it's so difficult. You are working for the first time. You are, got your family that you are thinking about. You've got yourself that you're thinking about. On top of that, you need to pay for your debt. It's a lot. So yeah, guys, it's a lot. It's honestly very challenging. If honestly you're gonna graduate, you are getting paid as an intern, you must pay your student debt, you are trying to get things for yourself, you're working for the first time, you must buy clothes to go to work, your family is like, oh, you just started working, it's a lot. So I mean, if student debt can be scraped, that would be amazing. And I see now the EFF has also just posted something to say that if you are in UCT and your debt has not been reduced to 9,999, then you need to contact the EFF urgently. And also EFF has a campaign of Fakumtane School, and if you can't register your child or there's problems regarding registration, then you can contact them immediately. So that is amazing work, and I'm also glad and happy that the EFF is not only now focusing to the higher learning only, but it's focusing to everybody, anyone and everyone, so everybody can get to see the work of the EFF. So shout out to the economic freedom fighters. That is amazing work. That is amazing work. And I do hope and pray that the people in parliament can support the bill, because it's not only just gonna benefit the EFF, but it's also gonna benefit their kids as well, our kids, all of us, the generations to come. So I because sometimes in parliament, I know they do this thing of not supporting a bill because a certain party has tabled it and they know if it succeeds, then it's gonna sing glory to that party, but they don't think about the impact it's gonna do to black people or our kids or the people that are struggling. Yeah, but so it's all selfish acting. So I don't think I want to read this statement of Action XA anymore. Or maybe let me just read the first few lines, because I just don't wanna I don't wanna waste my time reading that thing. But anyway, Helen Zille and Abo John Steenhuisen, they're caught in their lies again. And I'm so glad that Action SA is not letting go, is really holding them accountable. They are not letting go. I'm so proud of Action SA, Nyan, because some of the things we wouldn't know, honestly. So it says that Action SA can reveal that, in contrary to the repeated claims that DA ministers in the GNU do not like to use blue light, the Ministry of Agriculture, John Steenhuisen, enjoys the perks of multiple blue lights, luxury SUVs, including an Audi Q7, BMW X5, and Toyota Prado, each with a purchase price consecutively exceeding 1 million rand. And Helen Zille said that no, John Steenhuisen, those lights that are in his cars, they are from his predecessor, so he doesn't use them. I'm like, hey, why would Helen Zille say that? Because first of all, she does not go around with John Steenhuisen, and John Steenhuisen is not a child. You can't stand and swear that no, John would never do that. Oh, John is not a child. We have one. So I'm happy, Nyani, that they are being held accountable. So the statement continues and says, Steenhuisen's own written reply to Action SA's parliamentary question is a striking revelation that contradicts DA Federal Chairperson Helen Zille assertions that no DA minister makes use of blue lights, as he now confirms that each of his luxury SUVs are fitted with blue lights and appropriate signaling systems. While Steenhuisen tried to project the image of traveling in a modest Toyota Cross, his own reply reveals that he actually enjoys the comfort of a fleet of 3 blue light luxury SUVs. While certainly not unique to Steenhuisen, this is an emblematic of an extravagant luxury afforded to ministers, where parking lots such as those of parliament resemble luxury vehicle showrooms rather than institutions focused on prioritizing the work of the people of South Africa. Anyway, the statement goes on, but I don't want to read the whole statement. So yeah, so shout out to the Action SA for holding them accountable. Shout out. Because whenever you come out and talk about the DA, it's like you're crazy. So, shout out for holding them accountable. Just before I end, I also want to touch on Paul Mashatile. So as Paul Mashatile is in Kylie, he also made some videos there next to the dumping site saying, yeah, the DA is doing a terrible job here. They've neglected our people. It's bad. Don't. Yeah, Helen Zille is answering on the other side. She says that, yeah, but at least the people of Kailicha have got water, unlike the ANC government. That don't have drinkable water. Yeah, man. First of all, it just shows you that instead of ANC saying to the DA, let's sit down. How can we improve this? What can we do here? Now they are bashing each other online. We must choose a side. For whose benefit? Because at the end of the day, they're not going to fix that problem that is there, that Paul Mashatile is also seeing there. Instead, they are trashing each other publicly so that now as the public, we have to choose a side. They are both in government. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's not to benefit anybody, this thing. Yeah, but because they're both in government, they should be sitting down saying, what can we do? How can we fix this? This is what we are thinking. No, they are bashing each other. Everyone, Helen Zille's West was saying, at least Kylie has got drinking water. Like what? So it's just crazy. It's honestly crazy, guys. I don't know, Shem. I honestly don't know. I just feel like everybody's just playing hide and seek. When everybody's playing hide and seek, it's not to benefit anybody. Anyway, before I end, guys, as I was about scrolling down, I saw now there's a letter that has been released by the KZN legislator. Hey, let me include this in this video. I might as well. It says that Umkhonto weSizwe as Party Secretary General, Mr. Floyd Shivambu, appointment of MKP Chief Whip. It says that, Dear Shivambu, I wish to acknowledge the receipt of the correspondence dated the 3rd of January 2025, received on the 6th of January 2025 at 17th, communicating the appointment of Honorable Dirks as the Chief Whip of Umkhonto weSizwe Party Provincial Caucus in the KwaZulu-Natal Legislature. The content is noted. However, I wish to inform your good office that according to the correspondence received from Umkhonto weSizwe, Honorable Mbanjwa was appointed to the position as the Chief Whip of Umkhonto weSizwe Provincial Caucus, and there has been no correspondence received that is contrary to that. MKP is entitled to one Chief Whip, and therefore that matter will not be processed until the current appointment is clarified. Yebana. So Floyd wrote a letter to appoint a Chief Whip, Dirk. And now the KZN legislator comes back saying that no, Umkhonto weSizwe office appointed another Chief Whip. So we will not be able to appoint Dirk until Nina there as Umkhonto weSizwe, you sit down and decide who do you want to be the Chief Whip, because so, but it's also wrong that they are overriding with Floyd now, appointing their own Chief Whip, not telling Floyd. Floyd is appointing another Chief Whip. Good one, no, we're not going to take that Chief Whip. And you can't have each Chief Whip says he too. Decide, ubana, is it Mbanjwa or is it Dirk? CP? Hey, this is bad. This is extremely bad. It's bad for Floyd because now they are taking away his power as the SG. You can't be an SG who doesn't have power. What's the use? Why did they go behind his back? Because they could have told him, okay, in this position of Chief Whip, this is the person we want to put. Not go behind his back. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. This is a lot, hey? If you are seeing me for the first time, subscribe to this channel. It is free of charge. And my name is Zipolo Pelwana. This is Simple Politics. We react to everything in politics. And we discuss. Hebe tunan. This is a lot. Aluta continua, guys. We'll meet you in the next episode.